Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trina, and in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you all of the books that I have read or listened to for the month of August, and also going to give you a sneak peek of my TBR for the month of September. I did add a little bit of a cat sticker here in the front and also a kurumi at the back for my journal. Started doing like sticker bombing my covers now because I cleaned up my merch or like anything that I bought from conventions and stuff, Sticker Fest, anime conventions in one box, and when I opened it earlier, this sticker is actually starting to peel from its backing, so better use it and use it somewhere that people will always see, mainly in this video. So it's in the cover of my reading journal. So in any case, let's dive into what I have read for the month of August. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. The month of August, the page is... I don't like how I decorated my August page, to be perfectly honest. But it is what it is. I did end up only reading 3 out of the 6 that I put out for my TBR for the month of August. I did start The Dark Prophecy. I did start 10,000 Skies Above You. I also started Iron Gold, but somehow I was not in the mood for them specifically. And all of the ones that I have read here are actually some things that I find that August was like a weird reading month because all of the books here have infuriated me in one way or another, and I don't know why. I'm just super mad about them. So yeah, we're going to do this one by one. So the first book that we have here is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, the first of the series that is in the same name. It is about a girl who, I don't know what project this is. Is it like a thesis or something? But her project was like she was going to solve this cold case that happened in their neighborhood. She knows the people who are involved in this case, and like trying to solve it. And it's like very much of an amateurish sort of investigation of a civilian who's super obsessed with a certain case situation, and like this individual is going to solve the case better compared to the detectives and the police that are probably prejudiced against this family or like the victims and such. And it's okay. It was okay. I gave this a 3-star. Listened to it on audiobook, and Peppa, I don't know if I like her or not, because some cases when it comes to like this amateurish supposed to be detective cases wherein civilians solve cold cases better than the officials that were supposed to do their job, it's like super risky but also kind of super convenient at times. I did read the Reappearance of Rachel Price by the same author, and the girl is always like super convenient when it comes to like their the things that happen, like this. The clues are like there, and like people are just too blind to see them sort of situation, or like because they are them, that's why these clues are coming out. And as always, when it comes to these sorts of books, it's always the main character getting like super risky, and I don't really enjoy like a main character who is so over their heads of like I could do it situation until the point wherein they could not do it and they put themselves in risk, and it sounds or like it feels super stupid. So yeah, that kind of turned down a notch for me when it comes to like my rating. So super compelling, or not compelling, what's the correct term? It intrigued me for a bit. It was like super engaging. It was super easy to like listen to or read through. If I was reading it, it's probably super easy read. I guess it's YA, but it's just, yeah. And I don't think the romance was also necessary. I don't really find that books like these necessarily need the romance aspect, even if it's like just a subplot or subgenre. I don't really find that it was necessary. Next we have here is Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, my first Kafka book, and it was super short. Also listened to this on audiobook, and I gave it a 4.5 star. It was kind of enjoyable but also kind of dramatic for me, wherein this guy for all of his life was trying to do his best, work his best, because he was supposed to like pay off a debt by his parents or something. That's why he works. And Gregor just missed, like he was late for one day, and people around him started to deem him useless. And it's like his importance, or like just because he was late for this one day out of all of the days that he has been doing so well, he was already deemed useless and like a pile of trash in his room. And then he started turning into a bug, which bugs are like nuisances for this family, and they started treating him like a bug. And yeah, it's super tragic, super sad. It was supposed to be comedic. I don't know why it's supposed to be comedic, but it's tragic. It's so sad. So yeah, it was super quick and easy to listen to. Next we have here is my 5-star read of the month, Made Fly by JC Lid, or Lead. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I kid you not, this is the book wherein I felt so much pain in my soul, wherein I have like multiple points wherein I wanted to throw up because of this book, and yet I wanted to still keep on reading. And it's so horrific, and it's so crazy. And at first, before the ending of this book, which I will not spoil, I was thinking of giving this a 4 or a 4.5. Like, I was up to that point only. Like, I was like so nauseous, so horrified by what Maeve was doing in this book, until that very ending wherein it's super suspenseful of like, oh my god, what is going to happen, and then the big reveal, and like, I'm speechless. It was super satisfying for me. Like, the ending was super satisfying. It's like, this is what this ending should be, and you just don't feel sorry for any of these people. And that ending gave me like the reason to give this a 5-star. And so if you're not super nauseous when it comes to like body horror, gore, like anything related to like, I don't know, they say that this is like American Psycho. I have not really read or watched or whatever with that, but this is pretty good. It's like pretty good. It's an unhinged female main character with super shitty, let's say, people around her is super shitty, and like everybody deserves what everybody has deserved in this book. So yeah, Mayfly, 5 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend it. And then next we have here, I finally dipped my toes into the world of ACOTAR. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, the first its book. And then at the back here we have the second book, A Court of Mist and Fury. I enjoyed this, the first one. It's kind of a bit like, I saw in one of the comments, it's sort of like, also, well, I can't really recall what it was said, but like the main character, Thera, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm also kind of annoyed by her, but also like, you do you situation. So I was giving this book the benefit of the doubt, and like, okay, this is kind of like not what I expected it to be. Like, people like this. Like, my first question was like, people like this? Okay, you do you. And I gave it a 4-star because I quite enjoyed, like, the spice level was not there yet for me. Like, I did read what do you call this, Force Wing and Iron Flame, so I know that level of smut is like, that's overboard. But in here it's like building character, building the whole I don't know what it's called, but like the whole fairyland of like the spring court and all of the different courts, introducing characters from the different courts, and like the challenge with Farah, Tamlin, and then Rysand. And I kind of enjoyed that. Like, there is I like shut my brain off actually while I was reading this, and I understand why people like it by the near end. Like love triangle situation, and it's fairies, and the plot twist at the end, like, okay, I enjoy it. I'm willing to continue with this book. Fast forward to Court of Mist and Fury, which, to be perfectly honest, this is also what I felt after reading this, or like listening to the audiobook of this book. I gave this 2 stars because I did not enjoy how annoying Farah was in this book. Like, there are a lot of conflicts in this, but why? Like, there's this one part wherein she was super angry at Rysand for not telling her immediately what the big secret was with her and Rysand and their actions and such. And I'm like, why are you angry with the guy who's trying to protect you situation? And like, why are you angry at him for this? Like, you were not ready for this news. What would you think your reaction be when you know, like, this is what the secret was, when you were feeling something else during that time? Like, there was no perfect time to say this to her, like the secret that Rysand was keeping. And like, I was so angry. I was so angry when I was like finishing with this. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with the 3rd book and the rest of the series. But I'm still quite invested because they say that like the last book was the spiciest, and I'm like trying to see if I am willing to subject myself to that much cringe or not. But we'll see, we'll see. I have not picked up the 3rd book just yet. And then we have here my, what do you call this, office book, the book that I am reading while I am at the office. Along Came a Spider by James Patterson, the first book in the Alex Cross series. I did not put like number 1 Alex Cross, whatever, but yeah, was okay. Was a pretty quick read, even though it's like 80 plus chapters. It's like 2 or 3 pages per chapter, so it was pretty quick to read. 3.5 stars. It could have been shorter, if I'm perfectly honest. It could have been shorter. Like the action like the whole action is like in the beginning and then in the ending. Like in the middle is like setting itself up for the supposed plot twist of the end, and you kind of like can tell, but you confuse yourself if you have solved the problem or not, and you're like waiting for when the plot twist or when will the ball drop, and you confirm to yourself whether you're right or not. And it took so long, so that's why my rating is like 3.5. I'm still looking for the second book because I wanted to like collect all of the Alex Cross series books, but the second book we did manage to found it. My friend Abby actually found it when we went out with her during her birthday. She found the second book. However, it was super sticky. Like there were a lot of stickers that have been removed in the cover of the book, and I don't really think that it was worth it. So I decided to just pass. And the last book that I have read for the month of August was Any Man by Amber Tamblyn. I did not know that this was actually it's an essay book. I gave it 4 stars. So angry. Was so angry with this book because of like it felt too real, wherein when people in social media like give this issue whenever there's like a big issue that is like trending, and they give it so much attention, whereas real issues like that also need attention were given a little less. Like immediate media attention was needed for like some other issue that is not this trending topic, and they were like left to the side, not being acknowledged by the masses when they are still needed. It's like it's so horrible. It is in this story is what if like men were SA'd rather than female, and this time the assailtant or the assailant or what you call that is a woman, and what is the media's take on that. And it's like their turn, like women now comment on the comment section like, why did this man wear this outfit if they did not want the attention from these like predators, and why did the man have to like drink or invite this woman to their apartment knowing that it's like dangerous, or like this man already has a wife and kids, why did he get drunk with a woman, something like that. So it's super like in another perspective, like crime knows no boundary, knows no gender, knows no age, and like all of the experiences of these men after their assault was like, this is too much, but also like very can happen in real life, and it just made me super angry. So yeah, those are the 7 books that I have read for the month of August, which is kind of fun that all of them are either A or M, like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Akatar, Court of Mist and Fury, Along Came a Spider, Any Man, and the 2 M's being Mayfly and Metamorphosis. So it's kind of fun that there's a theme there. And you have already seen, this is my September TBR. I decided to just pick a few and see what there is to see. I have already started with Little Evie or Little Eve. I wanted to do like cultish vibes, small town horror, psychological horror, something that has to do with like a house or like an apartment, sort of mystery thriller, and yeah, some things that are like spooky, scary, creepy, because it's September, it's fall season, and I just wanted something cozy and spooky for the vibes. So these are the books that I'm planning to read. Hopefully I'm able to like tick down 1 or 2 of them, because I am in a reading slump as of the moment. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. So until then guys, take care and bye.